Switchback. Switchback.
Hey guys, Rivet here. Welcome back to another daily episode of Cube World, and welcome to the finale of Season 4. Good Lord, I can't believe I'm actually on the edge of finishing off this season. Now today we are just going to be doing whatever happens. I have no game plan. This is what happens. If you guys are brand new to the series or brand new to my channel, you're wondering, like, what do you do for your ending and your finales? Same thing I do in every episode, Pinky. Try to take over the world. No. Oh, we're just going to head off to the end of the biome. There is another boss battle-y thing here and here, but I thought we'll head off over here, see what the end of the biome is. If that sucks, then we're just going to run off and do whatever happens, just to make it happen. And I want to thank everybody that has come out and watched any of my episodes of Cube or anything on my channel. I just wanted to thank you guys also very much. I do appreciate it. It is very much, very, very much appreciated. Right from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate every single last one of you that comes out and hangs out and watches me, leaves comments, and keeps me motivated. Keeps me doing this thing on a regular and daily basis because, you know what? As much as I love the game, it's hard some days to actually find the motivation to do something. And today's been one of those days. It's just been a busy, busy, busy day. Oh. Do you guys see what I see? Heck to the yes. Hello. Oh, if there's an insectoid on top of that, I'm going to cry. Cry tears of joy. No, actually, tears of pain. Because every single last time I have tried to defeat an insectoid boss on top of one of these things, it has been a freaking nightmare. So why not now, right? And how much do I have in climbing? Not nearly enough. Oh, I got 9 now. Perfect. Nothing. What? There we go. Okay, well, let's climb up. Let's do our thing. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Come on, let's get over. Come on. Oh, God, okay. Well, that part's done. Oh, this is so reminiscent of one of the first times that I was on the Face Wreckers and F-Dog got stuck. He was a frog man, and he got stuck climbing on the side of one of these places. And just the sound of, whoa, from poor old F-Dog. One of my dear, dear friends that has actually been here almost from the start with me on Cube World. Oh God. Okay, let's hold on here. Okay, we'll wait. I'm nothing if not a patient man. Okay, not that patient. Okay, a little bit less patient. Okay, we're getting close. The top of this place is not too far away. And okay, Rock of Landara. Okay, well, we'll figure out what's up here. I mean, I've got nothing to do today but to defeat a rock. And then tomorrow, guys, the season opener, not even actually episode 1. Tomorrow, you guys actually, like I've mentioned before, if you guys have not witnessed what I said previously, what I'm going to do is the beginning of season 5, what I'm going to do during my live stream tomorrow, so that'll be Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I will be doing is just coming up and starting a live stream, and we're going to be starting from scratch. Everything will be decided by you guys. Every last thing. The character class that we play, everything. Like, what kind of... my name, what I look like, everything. So, if you guys don't like it, you have nothing to complain about except for your own decisions. Which I'm fine with. I get in enough trouble for making bad decisions. And I'm kidding. You guys have been more than fair with me. So what we're going to do, we're just going to clear out this entire place because usually these places are a nightmare at times. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Get him, Volkswagen. Make him cry. Make him beg. Make him beg for mercy, my friend. Yeah, so tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing a live stream and starting of Season 5. Now, Season 5 will officially start on Tuesday, because I do have some pre-Upworld stuff recorded in advance, and that will be working on Sunday and Monday. I am working this week Sunday and Monday, so I will not have any opportunity or time to record anything on the channel for Cube World. Like, I do them a daily thing. But it does not mean we will not have things. And I also heard that we are going to be recording some of the pre-update stuff tomorrow for me, which is today for you guys. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear Lord. A warrior on top of a mountain. This should be interesting. Okay. And I thought it was going to be an easy peasy lemon squeezy, and it's going to be a pain in the backside. But that's okay. What else do I have to do? Just hang out with you guys and chit-chat. About Season 4. My God, I can't believe. Now, this was a weird season for me, if you guys have been keeping up to date with it. This is not how I normally do things. Normally what I do is I stick with a character and I go right through. It's either I get to level 100 or we get to 100 episodes. And this time, I just kind of got burnt out with a ranger. Okay. I just noticed a thing, and oh, good Lord. Can I do it? Can I do this? Okay, the sound is fine. Cancel. Aha! You thought you had me. I think I may have just turned up my sounds a little bit too high on my mixer. Ah! I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to walk and chew bubblegum, and it ain't working so very well. Way to go, Rivet. Your season finale, and you're goofing around and playing with knobs, and oh, good Lord. Okay, jerk, you can take one of those. What is your name, by the way? Memoria, or something along those lines. Dude, Volkswagen, are you having fun? Keep shooting. Haha! You thought you had me, but you did not. Oh God, okay, you did good. You did well there. Oh God. Okay, let's try this thing again. I need to have a potion. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. I almost jumped off the edge of the cliff. Oh my God, I forgot the fact that I was on top of one of these mountains. That would have sucked on every level. Just, you know, oh, by the way, blip, gone. There you go, you jerk. And when we're done, we're gonna fly off and do something else. Who knows? Or maybe it'll take me forever to get this guy taken care of. Stop with it. Stop with the hitting on me. I know. I know. I know. I'm very, very likable, and you want to make friends, but you're making the wrong kind of friends, buddy. The wrong kind of friends entirely. Okay, and shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, charge it up, and shabam! Oh, I missed with that? Oh, good. Okay, you hit me for 102, and hit me 157. Oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna die a horrible, miserable death. And I'm going to need a potion. Ah, you chased me around. You can't do anything. Volkswagen, you did it, buddy! That was amazing. The last shot was from Volkswagen. Woohoo! Way to go, my friend. Okay, so we are... Let's go and check the next biome. Should be right over here. Let's just go and do that. Like, it doesn't hurt to go and check a biome. I mean, it never hurts. We're in the lands of Aragar. Aragar. Oh, man. Steam sale happened for me today, which is yesterday for you guys. It's a little lackluster for me. I mean, I've got almost 500 games in my Steam library, so, I mean, it's not like there's a ton of games that I wanted to get. I did grab a couple. I grabbed Dishonored, which I am looking at possibly doing a playthrough with. Not too sure. I'm going to give it a quick try. Maybe one of those games that I'm going to play on my own, or one of those games I'll play for you guys. I also picked up a game for possibly drunk gaming. I think it's called Speedrunners, if I remember correctly, an Unreal Tournament Game of the Year edition. And I'm kind of excited about all of them. Mostly for the fact, because Unreal Tournament Game of the Year edition. Now I'm gonna, express here. Unreal Tournament was one of those games back in the day when it came out that was just amazing for me. The graphics were phenomenal, the gameplay was phenomenal. But again, we're talking about, good God, 96, 97, I guess. So that's a long time ago. It was over 20 years. Yeah, it would be around 20 years. That would have been around. Or maybe, not quite. Because Quake just hit 20-year mark. And Unreal Tournament came out around the time of Quake 3. So maybe 99, 98? So we're not quite the 20-year mark. But that game changed how I played video games, to be honest. And so as soon as I saw it was like $1.97, I'm like, oh, pff, mine. And I installed it, and I'm like, oh, let's just go play some Unreal Tournament. And then I realized that the graphics drivers have changed. Like, it works in, like, the old square monitors, not the widescreens. And I'm like, I'm playing it. I'm like, oh, this is so awful. The graphics looked horrible. The gameplay was, like, not quite as twitchy as I remember. Like, everything that I remembered about it was gone. I'm like, oh, I should not have picked this up. That was an awful decision. But I did it. And I'm going to stick with it because of the fact that, you know, I do that. I buy a game. I don't really get rid of it. Very few times have I actually returned a game on Steam. And most of the time it's just because of the fact that, like, it was either not the game that I was promised or it didn't even work at all. Now, Unreal Tournament works. So I'm not complaining about that. For $2, I won't complain. But, yeah, it was just like, memories were a lot better. That's the one thing that's amazing about when you look back on things and you're in mind, like in hindsight, is you look back at things. Oh, that was so amazing! It looks so great. And I think, you know, honestly, if I was playing on an old 3DFX card that did like the proper things for it, it would look phenomenal. But again, unlike a Pentium 166 or something, not like a quad-core Skylake i5 6600K. Which is what I'm currently running. I mean, like honestly, I mean, that thing should have been getting me like 8,000 frames a second, but I didn't even check. I didn't even try recording it. I just was like, oh my god. Now I'll go back to it. I mean, that's gonna be one of those things that like I'll get some friends and say, listen, let's just go and do some multiplayer and be goofballs, and like kick back and relax and wonder about the old days. Like my friend and I just did that recently with the original, the remake of Doom. It was so much along the lines of what I remembered as the first-person shooter games were back in the day. And obviously, the graphic visualization, everything has been upgraded since then. But like, it felt in my head like what we used to play back when I was playing it. You know, like years ago. Now, not Doom. Doom was always a crappy-looking game. I mean, like, I'm not going to even mince words about that. Doom originally was as pixelated as like a Super NES type of thing, if not more so. I mean, it was pretty crappy, but you know, it was still good for me back then. I mean, like running on a 486, and that's a 486 DX4100. And back in the day, guys, that was the jam. Like, people were like, oh, you got one of those? That's like the fastest computer made right now. I'm like, yeah, baby. And then now, it's like, pff, I think your phone has like, I don't know, a quadrillion times as much processing power as those computers did back then. Like, it's just been, like, I've honestly seen computers gone from, like, when my dad used to sell mainframe computers back when I was a kid, I used to sleep on a hard drive. And I'm not even joking. The hard drive was, it stood about 4 or 5 feet tall. Maybe, yeah, 4 feet tall would be about right. And maybe 4 feet wide by 4 by 2 or 3, and then about 4 feet tall. So you can imagine something of that height, and just like it was a massive piece, and that was just the hard drive. Okay, and not even like a hard drive like you put in your computer. This was a taped kind of ish drive that, like, it had like this weird disc thing that you'd put in and you'd have to screw down, and like it, oh, I remember he was like even when I talk to him nowadays, like he still doesn't talk about gigabytes, he talks about megs, because that was the catchphrase for him. Like, you know, he was selling megs of memory, so he's like, oh yeah, I got a brand new iPhone, it has like 4 megs of memory. And I'm not going to ever correct him because, you know, he's not wrong in his head, because I know he's thinking gigs, but megs were what he was selling. And, like, they were going, like, for $5,000 a megabyte. Megabyte, not kilobytes, megabyte. Like, it's insane. And that was back in 1970, let me think. Between 78 and 1980. So, like, we're not talking, like, decades. Or sorry, hundreds of years. We're talking decades. And it's, like, an insane amount of technology that we've had since then. And it baffles me. It just baffles me that, you know, I've got a phone right now that has more power in it than my first desktop computer had. And, like, I used to, like, build computers for people. I remember, like, I got my first Pentium 133. I thought that was, like, I was literally of the assumption, like, you know, how much better can this get? And, like, it's just been baffling me, like, how much things change. You know, and I'm looking at getting a new video card myself. AMD is coming out with the new the RX 480s, and that should be coming out sometime next week. And I'm, like, on the edge of my seat, waiting for, like, new stats to come out. And honestly, that video card, the one I'm looking at, is 8 gigs of RAM. And, like, there is, like, no way. 8 gigs of RAM. Like, my first hard drive that I had in my computer that I built back when I was with my ex-wife, and that would have been at 95 time frame, I had a 1.3 gig hard drive. Just think of that. And that thing cost me a couple $100. You know, like, so the prices have stayed the same for, like, the cutting edge technology stuff. But, you know, what we get now has changed, like, drastically, like, exponentially differently. Yeah, so, like, I'm like, oh god, like, I can't even put into words, like, probably, like, the scale that you weigh yourself on that has, like, a digital scale, that's more powerful than the computers I used to work on. Like, it's just insane. Why am I battling a crab in the middle of a lake? Like, I know this is, like, there's no way. No way. Like, I'm looking at this guy, like, he's been coming at me for a few minutes. No, I'm not. This is my last episode. I don't have to deal with no crab. I don't have to deal with, like, I'm talking about computers and everything, and I'm being an idiot. Let's just, no. There's got to be a boat here someplace. I don't even have a boat because I don't have a way to use a boat. But I do have this. I have a way to get out of here. One of my tricks. You can fly for as long as you want. Well, as long as you have stamina. Hey! See? It's great. You can get out of the lake. You can do whatever you want. You can do anything you please. Okay. Shall we? The last place? Let's go up that way. Stop with the spitters. Okay, let's get our dude. Come on, Volkswagen. And this is gonna be a little bit of a longer episode than normal. It looks like. I wasn't planning on it, but you know, you guys got me waxing poetic for a change. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, I've been kind of feeling a bit of my age, not necessarily my age, but like my generation. You know, I'm gonna be turning 48 next month. Just over a month from now. I'll be turning 48 years old. And you would have talked to me 10 years ago and said, oh, you'd be doing YouTube when you're almost 50. And I'd be like, you're on drugs. You have no idea what you're talking about. And here I am. And I'm loving every second of it. And I know that there's not a whole lot of people in my age bracket that do this and that enjoy things like this. And it just, I don't get why people don't have fun. You know, I look at my generation, I look at everything that's happening in the world today. You know, I look at the current political problems and everything that's happening. You know, it's like there's turmoil everywhere. And I've been thinking is like, my grandfather used to talk to me when I was a kid. I was 10 years old, and he was telling me that he actually fought in World War I. And that was the war to end all wars. And the reason he went and joined up was because of the fact that it was going to be the war to end all wars. And it never happened. You know, the war did nothing to do anything, nothing to do with what they actually promised it was going to do. All it did was create more wars and more strife and more problems. And I was told in high school that the only way to never deal with it's one of those terms that I'm gonna butcher it. The only way not to recreate history is by learning it. In essence, you know, if you don't understand what's happening in history, then you're going to redo it again. And I see that time and time again. And I see it with the generations around me. And I'm like I try my best with my son to teach him not to be an idiot, not to be a jerk, not to be a narcissist, because I see a lot of that. And I also see a lot of that because of my generation. You know, my generation grew up either in the late 60s or in the 70s. So there was a whole lot of wants, and the 80s was a horrible time for that kind of thing. You know, everybody had bad hair, and it was just like want. You know, it's all me, 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 me. And the thing is like when I was born, the 60s was about revolution and changing things and making things better. And that's what my grandfather was all about. You know, he went to war in order to make things different, make things changed, and he fought in that war in order to affect change. And he never saw it happen. And it broke his heart, and it broke him. And as a child, he taught me about that. And it's a lesson that I've never let go of. Because he never wanted me to go to war. He never wanted me to get involved in the fighting and I've taken that in everything that I do. You know, I see even here on YouTube, like the drama that people are bickering and infighting, and there's no need for it. There's no need for it in our politics. There's no need for it in anything that we do in our life. That's why I do what I do. That's why I game. This is my battle. This is where I have fun. This is where I, you know, if I'm angry about things, I take it out on the pixels that are in front of me. I don't take it out on people around me. At least I try not to. It happens every now and again. You know, you're human, and it's going to happen. You know, sometimes people do things that are stupid and insensitive, and sometimes I do the exact same things. But I do the best that I can while I can. And this has gotten to be a weird episode. And I realized that I had 2 boss battles that there's no way that I was going to have anything to do with, because I made this land with Jane, and she hasn't gotten overpowered. She has not gone around and worked the map. And so everything is above our pay grade. But we did one thing. We beat one boss. And I got to yak with you guys. And I want to say thank you once again for all of your support and everything that you guys do for me. It makes me very, very happy, and it keeps me motivated, and it lets me know that I'm doing something for myself, my son, and for you guys. And I appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow in our live stream. Take care. Bye-bye.
Switchback.